Yeah,
So
of
good.
course. Yeah.
How was your flight?
It was good, actually. Yeah, very nice. We're just talking about scarcity mindset and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm past that now. Like, well, I can afford it, and then I'll afford it. So, yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, awesome. That was your flight reading, was it? Or the
Yeah.
listening?
Yeah, reading.
I think that we were just on a group call this morning and we were looking at like priorities and what you need to let go of and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, for a few guys, myself included, letting go of those old mindsets that don't serve you anymore. And sometimes they were good then, but sometimes they don't serve us now. So obviously, I don't think scarcity mindset ever serves you, but then you can also have things that, I'm just going to dig in and I'm going to get it done and I'm going to make it work, which is great when you're starting and hustling. But if you don't let go of that at some point, that's what brings burnout for a lot of people as well.
It also can limit you as a business.
Yep.
Because I know when I handed over the trust and sought help from Erin, the business just flourished.
Yeah.
And it still does because of her interaction with the people and what she's so good at, which was holding me back. Right? I was really hesitant about making decisions with people because I got emotionally invested.
Yep.
Where she's able to draw a line and go, no, this is how it is, which is very different to me.
Yeah. Not her baby.
No.
She's invested, but it's not her baby.
Yeah. So once that happened, the business changed.
Yeah.
So, and I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. So.
Nice. Yeah. I do look at that, and because I've built a business that I want. It's just me, and I've got an amazing team who support me, and I've got you as one of our coaches, which is amazing, but I haven't got anybody on payroll, which is what I always wanted.
Okay.
And I love it. However, it does mean that I am the driver of the business.
Responsible to yourself?
I'm responsible to myself. I'm responsible to the people I work with, but also I'm responsible for always perpetuating myself to a certain level as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's why I've been invested in coaching myself. And that's one of the things I sort of really took away at Thailand is that as a business owner, you're always the person at the top, not really accountable for anyone. That's why people get coaches. So coaches need coaches so that you're accountable in some way to the outcomes of what you're doing and you're not getting stuck in that routine.
Yeah. But it's also the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
If you didn't surround yourself with people that challenge you, that ask you questions from places where you might not necessarily have thought, you don't grow and you don't learn. And even though you're on your own, in a sense, you still need to be challenged to be able to go, right, that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. And I think it takes courage to do that, Paul. A lot of people are hesitant to do that because they're quite comfortable, but you've got to push yourself a little.
To push it, yeah. You flew all the way down here to come to a forum on innovation in care.
Yeah.
What drove you to come down?
So, because you know that we operate lean, I'd like to still refine our processes a little bit more, but I'm also very interested in the future in this sector with AI and technology. So, I have this dream about dementia housing and all that sort of stuff in aged care and looking into agentics and programming devices and tools that can, and it's not about taking the staff off the floor, but it's about giving the staff the opportunity to focus on the care, whereas medications, things that are highly risk-based might be better orientated towards having a robot that can be programmed in, those sort of things. So I'm really intrigued about how that could come into the sector.
Yes.
I spoke to Yasser, it was over a year ago now, and he's already doing that sort of stuff over in the UK, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no one here in Australia doing this.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I'm here. I want to see what's out there. I want to see, because I'm curious, I'm always curious about stuff. I want to see what the opportunities are.
Yep.
And I want to learn. Like, I'm trying to teach myself more around the AI and how we can implement that into the business. So I had a call with Tanae the other day.
Yes.
And just how automation's in her workflow in her system, I was like, holy shit, this is just incredible.
She's using Notion like I've never seen anyone use before. It's incredible.
I was blown away. I said, oh my God, you need to have a call with me and tell me how you do all of this.
I've told her we need to do a chat and get that recorded so she can show me this. Yeah.
So I was really impressed, and it's just started the ball rolling, because I'm old school and we do everything paper and it's all check, check, check.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to
Can
be
I
like
can I
that.
see the trail and yeah.
So I think I said to you the other day, like I've started doing an online course about SharePoint and how we can
Yep.
fine tune that. So I'm halfway through that and just going, oh my God, like there are so many things that I could be doing within the business that can streamline stuff. We don't have to have version control on stuff. We don't have to have a register. It's all there.
Yep.
So it takes away some of the administration and the costs,
Yeah.
which are the business always going to look at, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here. I want to see what is
awesome.
there.
You mentioned before about like using automation or technology or even AI to really equip your team to take off some of those more menial tasks so they can focus on the care. The way I've sort of seen this is kind of like a ladder, and we're always getting up a ladder to a different rung. Like as we go up the ladder, there's a better level of care, there's a deeper level of connection, there's whatever we're doing, we can keep doing that, but the lower rungs still need to be occupied, right? And so, but we can't, I can only have one hand, one foot, and as soon as I go up a rung, something's left behind.
Yeah.
And that's where we just sort of go, right, automation and AI can take up these things.
Yeah.
Because as that level rises, we're delivering better,
Yeah.
more effectively, more efficiently,
Yeah. Less risk.
less risk. And I think a lot of people are really stuck in this idea of, no, it has to be this way because that's how we've always done it,
Yeah.
right? Oh, it has to be person-centered. I just think that we need to get away from this idea of person-centered can't be more effective.
Yeah, 100%. So person-centered is about keeping the person at the forefront of all your decisions, right?
Yeah.
But we know that they've got to have medications and they've got to have all these processes. That's a given.
Yeah.
But if I could just streamline that and allow the relationship to happen with the client rather than, I've just got to go and check and tick this off before we come back to you. Like it.
Yeah.
Everybody is better off in that instance. The staff like their job more, less risk or responsibility for them. The clients feel that they're valued. And me as a business owner, again, managing costs, bringing innovation into the sector, all that sort of stuff. There's a whole heap of stuff that you can do.
The future belongs to the people that choose to lean into it
Yeah.
and not try and drag the weight of the past with them.
Yeah.
We saw that.
Change.
Well, we saw that with so many other industries, and I'm genuinely surprised. You mentioned about like YASA and TLC and what they're doing in England right now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that this space isn't further ahead, because you can have a scroll on Instagram or YouTube and find any number of devices people are creating to improve life, right? I saw a video the other day, the guy who's created a headband with infrareds and sensors for people who are blind, and it actually delivers information directly to the brain.
Wow.
So that essentially through like a sonar type of way, they can see. To the point where they can walk without a cane and someone puts their hand up to high-five them, and they can actually high-five them on the way past.
This is really geeky, but you know what that makes me think of? Have you seen the movie Hail Mary?
Yes.
Yeah, Rocky.
Right, yes, Rocky, right?
Amazing, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's so much space to be lent into for that. It's like, this is where we need businesses who are dealing with this stuff on the day-to-day to be partnering with people who have that skill set and ability to be able to go, this is the problems we're facing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we've just got people selling us AI lead generation and all that sort of rubbish, right?
Yeah.
So
When we
I'm
can
worried
link it
that's
to
the right
problem
story.
solving. Imagine what that does to that individual. That opens up the whole world for them.
It's phenomenal. Right?
Incredible, yeah.
It's, what was it with the AI glasses with transcribing, right? Well, a deaf person, I'll be honest, in most situations I'm kind of going, I could really use a transcription of what someone's saying right now because I'm half deaf myself.
Yeah.
I say that I've just listened to way too much loud music. But having wearing glasses as a person with limited hearing, being able to just have a transcription of what's being said right now, I mean, this is equipment that's going to change lives.
Yeah.
And that's readily available. That's $150 on Amazon will get you something that does that now.
Well, imagine doing that already. Imagine bringing that into your business for $150.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
It's like if I was working with people with, impaired hearing and that sort of thing, I would really be looking at how can we trial this with at least a group of people to see the improvement in line.
Yeah.
And is this an area of investment we need to focus on?
Yeah, wow. I'll have to write that down. That's amazing.
There's so much. And like you're working with vulnerable people, aged care and all this sort of thing. There's got to be problems that your staff and your clients are coming across on a daily basis, that there's going to be a solution for that in the next 6 to 12 months, right? And I know not everything's going to get solved with AI, but the level of things that can be is going to really increase support
100%.
dramatically. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you also need to, support is more than physical, right? So emotionally, if we can support these people through breaking down those barriers, which is what you've just said with those, the translations and all that sort of stuff, and making them feel that accessing the community is not such a not a burden, but such a, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe a discomfort for them because they feel that they're not being heard or they can't participate.
Yeah.
So
For inconvenience.
yeah. Well, we've got two ladies, they live together, they're aunt and niece, and taking them into the community, they just want to see everything that's going on. And imagine giving them an opportunity to be able to hear everything that's going on and participate, because they're just like sitting there watching everything, so engaged with what's going on. But they don't have the confidence, one, because they can't hear it properly. Yeah, wow, that's a really insightful.
I think that could be a lot of fun with the stuff that you could do for people and with people with those types of things.
And low cost AT.
Low cost, like $150 to have AI transcription glasses.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not Meta Ray-Bans, but you can simply get this thing, and the level of transcription is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I look at with business and go, this you can go through, you're all good. It's okay. You're okay. Oh dear. Thank you.
No, it's funny.
But it is one of those things in business that if we're invested in actually serving the people we work with, there's infinitely more solutions out there than we're probably aware of.
There is, and I think part of the issue though, Paul, is that a lot of people are too time poor with taking the time to step out into research. Because, like, where are you finding these ideas? Like, is it like...
The doom scrolling.
Right.
I spend a lot of time. I have addictive personality.
Okay.
I will 100% doom scroll forever. Right. I'm naturally a lazy person. So what I found was if I essentially stack my algorithm to always be this type of thing. If I see something that doesn't fit that, I immediately remove it. So for instance, I'm really interested in coaching, business development, care sector, and AI. Like that's, if you scroll through my like reels or like search on Instagram, that's what comes up.
Yeah.
Along with guitar pedals and amps and that sort of thing as well, because that's also there. But the people that are trialing new things and like going, well, this sucked and this broke, 6 months from now we're going, this has changed people's lives. Yeah. Because they're just testing and iterating, and we kind of look at things and go, the people that looked at ChatGPT a year ago and go, that's useless. It can't even like put things together. If you're still thinking that AI is what it was 12 months ago, you're a business owner that's just stuck in the past, and you're not going to move forward with it. I've got an amazing personal assistant. She helps me endlessly with my calendar and my inbox and all this sort of stuff. And one of the really basic tasks that I get her to do is to take transcriptions of my calls I have with my clients, run them through a custom GPT we've built, and take the notes down and compress it into a couple of key action points, which the thing does anyway, but we just sort of condense it a bit more to be more focused. Puts that into our client file, and then looks at my calendar and says, right, today you've got calls with these 5 people. Here's the notes from your last call with them. And I get that email in the morning, so I've got that there, and I can look over those notes so I don't miss anything. Well,
saves time, right?
It saves time. However, there's other stuff I wanted to do as well. And she's gotten beyond just data entry. She does amazing stuff. Like she's organizing events for me now. Yeah. And all that sort of thing. So what we did was I went to Claude and say, hey, Claude, here's what ISA does. Can you do this?
All right.
So now, every morning, I get an email in my inbox from Claude that says, here's the people you've got meetings with today. Here's the notes from your last session. You promised to follow up with this and see where that at. If I have a conversation with you on a video call and say, hey, you know what, I'll send you that bit of information later today. I've got a couple other calls to do. It will put an appointment in my calendar to send you the thing that I said I'd send you.
So if we take that from a implementation into a provider, how do you balance that with privacy? Like, how do you balance that with your privacy from your clients? As an example, like, because you've got their names, you've got their contact details.
So we base this inside Claude team, which has a closed network to not be training models. Okay. So I pay for a much higher level of access to be able to ensure the privacy that is actually in a closed network inside our system.
And is that capped at a particular number of entries or data that it presents to you?
So I've got it set to, I think I've got a pricing cap of how much I can do it, but I haven't hit that cap yet. Right. And I haven't been charged that either. So it's a baseline subscription, and then it can just charge my card as it goes up, and it will notify me that it's going to and getting close to being charged, and it'll do it in like $50 increments. Wow. I think I've hit an extra $50 once, right? You wouldn't do this on the baseline entry-level system, but if you're going through like Claude or Anthropic, they have these things in place for privacy. It was one of the key things that came out when both Anthropic and OpenAI were presenting to the US government around what they were going to provide in their AI model. And so that was one of the key things that Anthropic had. They didn't get the contract because they refused to break privacy with clients. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that's probably worth looking at. How do they actually do it? It's really, really cool.
I've got a million things going through my head now. How do I apply that from a...
Yeah.
Because, one of the challenges we have is progress notes, right?
Yeah.
Staff putting progress notes in and it being on time, meets all of the regulations, all that sort of stuff. So we're looking at another system that does it automatically. That's AI orientated, right? So that was at Tanya's summit. So we're working with them, trialing that. But if Claude does that, how could I do that within the business? Like, that's like, wow, how could I do that?
It's one of those things. Have you heard of OpenClaw?
No.
So this is just a system that someone set up that runs off the Claude framework, but he created his own system for it that makes it basically a completely independent agent. You set it up on a Mac Mini. It's a closed network. I might add, my Claude is built onto my own Mac Mini that isn't accessible to the internet. And so he's built this thing, and you can download it, you chat with it through like Slack or something like that. It's a completely independent model. However, there's a decent amount of setup for it, and it uses a lot of tokens. A lot of people who are early adopters lent into it, and it's very powerful. Like you can say, order me XYZ food from this restaurant, you give it your card details, and it will just go and sort it out for you, and food turns up. But I knew that I'm not that techie, but if I wait 6 months, I'll have 90% of what I want. And that's when they brought out Claude Cowork, which is just basically a mixture between the Claude chat and Claude Code brought together into an agent. And then OpenAI brought out their own GPT agents and a couple other things. So if we're looking at all the bolt-on systems that people are offering now, dare I say, you'll open up your AI account in 6 months and go, hey, I need this, build it for me, and it will build it for you.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about thinking in my head, because I pay for ChatGPT and it's already changed and upgraded and all that sort of stuff. I might have to have it play.
We're building out custom dashboards and all sorts of fun stuff, apps that other people can use inside the system. So it's definitely moving a lot faster than people are realizing. What's your take on being able to keep up with all of this and run the business?
What's my take on it?
Do you feel it's overwhelming?
So 100%. Because there's so much out there that you could do. Yeah. As you just said, you're not tech savvy, neither am I, but I know that we need to embrace some of this if we're going to progress and if we're going to continue to remain relevant We need to, as I've said before, we need to streamline things, minimize costs, minimize the amount of time that the staff are taking to do their admin so they can focus on the client. So I do spend a lot of hours in scrolling after hours, asking chat. I call him Doug. My chat GPT is called Doug. So I asked Doug, tell me how I can do this. Tell me what I need to look at with this. So I'm asking, I'm trying to find answers so that I can implement all of this into the business. So it's a juggle, right? You either got to really focus on spending the time to review it. How can I streamline it, continually do it? Or you have to reach out or attend sessions like this, right? So that you can see what's happening to bring it into your business and see what's relevant. So you've got to ask questions. The take is you've got to put in a little bit of extra work to make sure that you're continually evolving and innovating for your business to continue to operate, is my take on it.
I think a lot of people look at it and go, this is overwhelming because it's outside my skill set. And I've already got all this other compliance and everything I've got to manage. I'll put that on the back burner. But there's a point where the back burner becomes its own source of overwhelm.
Like how many things have I got on the back burner? I need to actually focus on one, get it done, and then move through the others.
But you said something before, which was you need to ask questions.
100%. But that's my nature, right?
That's your nature, but it's also one of the things that's driven you ahead because you do ask questions. And you've got people you can ask questions of. Right? I genuinely worry about businesses who really silo themselves and don't have someone to be able to go, hey, I saw you were doing this. How do you do that? Because I don't.
I suppose that's also comes from courage and being brave enough to admit I don't know everything. And you might be good right now what you're doing, but if you want to be better, you've got to seek help. Like I just said to you on the plane, I read that book, right? So what was it called? It's
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. And I think principle number 9 is about bringing a mastermind together. Surrounding yourself with people who are on the same wavelength as you, but have different thoughts and different processes and can help you to learn what you're not specialized in. So I think that's the same as what you're saying. You have to be able to say, I'm not an expertise. Not an expert in this. The Paul is. Now ask him, like he's done this. How do I?
This is almost like someone should put something together inside the care space called Profitable Provider and bring businesses together to mastermind solutions because it's really powerful to have people around you, right? Like, you should really do that. But no, that's the principle, right?
You have to ask questions. You've got to seek advice. You've got to recognize that you don't know it all, and there are going to be people who are better at some things rather than what you are. How do you do that? Learn from them.
You've reminded me, we're going to get Tanae on a session to talk us through Notion.
100%.
I've tried Notion several times and I've missed it, but I reckon she's got it.
But even on SharePoint, she showed me her, and I was like, oh my God, I use SharePoint too. And mine doesn't look like that. How do you do that? Holy shit. Sorry. It's like, oh my God. I was so impressed. I was like, wow. Yeah. All these workflows and automations. Okay, can you teach me?
Yeah. It's powerful stuff. It's really cool. Thank you so much. Fun chat. We're playing with a lot of fun stuff here.
AI tech is an innovation that we need to look at within our business, and not just 100%. Personally from, I think, in your everyday life, which you have, right? We have to evolve, so we need to be open to it.
So good.
Cool.
Thanks for meeting up.
It's all right. No worries, Nika.